My name is Nadia Monczak. I'm a classical violinist from Montreal. I'm here in Lesbos, Greece, working with music with refugee kids. Lesbos is one of the closest Greek islands to Turkey. Actually, during our stay here, we see the Turkish coast all the time. And so it's become the gateway to Europe, really, for all the refugees that go from the Middle East through Turkey. There's about 1 million refugees that have come through the island since 2015. And now the situation is even more difficult because many EU countries are closing their doors or making the entry much more strict. And thousands of people are actually stranded here in Lesbos. They cannot continue on to mainland Greece, they cannot continue on to different countries. A lot of the kids that I've met, they're over a year here and they don't know when they will leave. Before coming to Lesbos, I looked at the different organizations that especially work with kids, and I was lucky enough to find an organization that works with music. The organization is called Art Angel Relief. They have about 20 violins, they do violin lessons, they do music workshops, and I thought this is a perfect fit for what I'm qualified to do. And they work with children from 2 of the camps here in Lesbos, as well as the local Roma children, and this music gives space for them to have some discipline, to work creatively, to get better at a craft, and of course to have fun while doing it.
Sol, clap. Sol, clap. Sol, clap. Sol, clap.
I think as a classical violinist, we spend so many years perfecting our craft, being the best musicians we can, and we forget that music is actually very simple. Even the simplest notes can touch people so fast. Even playing very simple melodies, which are so easy on the violin, lit people's faces. My parents come from Poland, and they were actually also refugees that came to Canada. I was actually conceived in Greece after a hitchhiking trip they did from Poland, and already at 3 months old we were on the road, we were leaving Poland, and they were very lucky to end up in Canada and start a new life there. I think it's very hard for a lot of us to really understand what people that are in these camps went through, the war, the traveling through different countries. But through art, it's another way to express feelings, to have a sort of catharsis, to heal your emotions.
The thumb gives a kiss and a hug. Violin out of the garage. And then start the concert.
Of course, it's always the individual connections that touch you the most. And there's one Afghan boy who, when he took the violin, was his first time. He was 16. I had to work with many kids at the same time, but I came back to him and he was still at it. He wasn't just having fun. You could see he was so into the music. And I actually managed to teach him 16 of the notes of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. He was listening to everything I was saying and applying it and learning the next note and the next note. And it was so fast, it was so magical, and I could see that it was a very special experience for him and of course for me. Bland is sort of the superstar of the Kara Tepe camp. He's a 15-year-old boy, so full of energy. He's translating for everybody because he's speaking Kurdish and Arabic and Farsi and English, and he's always very enthusiastic to help anyone who needs help around. And I'm really happy he's joining us for the concert today. Actually, this time in Greece, I got to spend my 30th birthday while on the island, far away from my family, from my friends. And it was a turning point as well to realize what's important, where do I want to go further in my career. For sure, the work that I've done here, it's inspiring me to continue doing this kind of work. Not only thinking of faraway places, I would love to do more of that kind of work in Montreal as well. I'm almost at the end of my stay here in Lesbos, and of course as a violinist it's great to give back to the people from the place I've been. So we're doing a concert for the people of Lesbos, but also with local musicians, with a great violinist Dana Kuletsa, and we have picked a few of the refugee kids and also the Roma kids to join us in the last pieces of the program. So a celebration of the time that I had here and a sort of gift giving back to the people of the place that have hosted me here.